Hey there, this video is all about getting customers to trust you. By the end of this video, you will get specific techniques drawn from Neuro-Linguistic Programming to build client trust easily, effortlessly, and instantly. Now, why do you need to build client trust? Client trust is very important. Research has shown that when you meet a client for the first time, you are at a disadvantage because only 3% of the customers actually trust sales professionals who go there with an intent of selling their services or products. That's one reason why you need to build trust immediately and instantly and consciously. The second reason is another research study has shown that 90% of the customers will buy from you and your company only if they trust you and your company. This is another reason why you need to build trust consciously right from the word go. The third reason is that customers will refer you to another customer only if they have trusted you and bought from you. So it is very important to build trust, sell your product or services, and then even ask your customer to refer you to another customer, and they will do it readily if you have built trust right throughout the entire process. And finally, the last reason is that the moment the customer trusts you, the moment the customer buys from you, then your self-confidence goes up and your self-esteem goes up. You feel very confident inside, and when you meet the next customer, your confidence comes out of you and the customer grabs that confidence unconsciously and then begins to trust you immediately. Now, these are the various reasons why you need to build trust. So building trust is like a virtuous cycle. It helps you, and the more you build trust, the more you sell, the more you will be able to sell, and the more you will be able to build trust. My name is Muralidharan Jairam, and I'm your online breakthrough consultant. With over 25 years of experience in consulting worldwide in Fortune 100 companies in the United States and multinational companies in Europe and in India. Over the past 30 years, I have won millions and millions of dollars of business in the toughest of the world markets, competing with the biggest giants by using these techniques I'm going to teach you right now. So let's get started. Welcome to Citrine's channel, the ultimate guide to success mindset for business owners and entrepreneurs. If you're not subscribed to our channel, go and smash the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, because you will get notified whenever we post a new video. The best way to build trust instantly is by building rapport. However, I want to remind you that building rapport is the second step. If you have not seen our two previous videos, then I would suggest go ahead and see them as soon as you finish seeing this video, because those videos are all about mastering the first 4 seconds. This video is the second step, building rapport instantly. What is rapport? Rapport is when you have developed harmonious relationship with your customer so that there is absolute total understanding, bonding of your ideas and customers' ideas, your feelings and customers' feelings, and your beliefs and customers' beliefs. They are aligned together and both of you are in tune, in a synchronicity. And that is what rapport is all about. Now, how do you build rapport? Let's get started how to go about building rapport right now. In simple terms, rapport is developing commonality between you and your customer. The more common things you share with each other, the more the rapport is. So, rapport is one of the fundamental steps by which you need to build a foundation on which your entire sales presentation and objection handling and closing of the deal will rest. Without this firm foundation, everything else will fall apart. This is one of the key steps most of the business professionals, entrepreneurs, sales professionals forget to do. However, Those who are world-class professionals, this is one of the first steps, one of the first few steps they go about building rapport and building that strong foundation. Now, there are also people who build rapport, who know that they build rapport, but they go about in the wrong way. The wrong way, or I would say rather, instead of wrong, the ineffective way of building rapport is through conversation. People try to build rapport conversationally. How do you do that? You say things that customers resonate with. If the customer says that he had a vacation in Switzerland, and then you talk about Switzerland too, and you share your vacation about Switzerland too, and then you develop a sense of commonality. The problem with this approach is that the customer can take you all the way to Pluto and even beyond. You know, you can get totally sidetracked and your precious sales time gets lost. So I'm going to teach you how to develop rapport instantly, even without using conversation. And conversation is actually a poor way to build rapport. There are advanced ways to build rapport through conversation, but however, the first step is to do what I'm going to teach you right now. If you want to develop deep level rapport with your customer or client, then your first step is to come out of your mind. In fact, unless you come out of your mind and observe what's happening with your client or your customer, you will not be able to develop rapport. The problem is that most people are lost within their minds. That's right. They are so much caught up with their own thoughts that they are unable to observe what's happening in their environment. Especially business owners, entrepreneurs, sales professionals, they have a million things to think about. And especially when they meet their customers or clients, it is their sales pitches that's going on in their mind, and they are rehearsing what they have to say to the customer, and they are completely lost within their minds in such a manner that they are unable to observe what's happening with their client or their customer. And this is not right. This is known as downtime in NLP. If you are downtime and if you are within your mind, you lose track of what's happening in the environment. And that is a big no in any business situation. You will have to be alert and observe what the customer is doing and what kind of a situation and environment the customer is and what kind of signals the customer is sending you. That's right. So what I want you to do is open your eyes and observe the customer carefully. Open your ears and really listen to the customer when he's talking or she's talking. And open your heart and begin to feel what the customer is feeling. If you do all these three things, you will have sufficient data, the data which you will utilize to develop rapport. And I'll show you how to do that exactly. So, if you want to do this, you need to practice. You need to retrain your mind. And this is what I suggest to you. For 1 week, I'm giving you a 1 week challenge practice. And what is this challenge practice? This is what you need to do. Observe people. First of all, their head positions. Observe head positions. Sometimes people tilt their head, as seen in this picture. Sometimes they keep their head straight, as seen in this picture. And sometimes they tilt their head dramatically, as you see in this picture. Head positions are very important, and this data can be utilized while building rapport, and I'll show you how to do that. Also, observe body posture. Some people sit straight, some people lean sideways, either left or right. This is very important for you to observe and notice, especially with your client. Some people lean forward and some people sit at the edge of their seat. All these are very, very important observations, and unless you come out of your mind, you will not be able to observe them. Also, I want you to observe hand gestures. Hand gestures are very, very important because people utilize their hand gestures while emphasizing certain points. And this is very important for you to catch and notice. Also, observe the hand positions in relation to their body. For example, in this picture, the hand is touching the cheek. Also observe position of legs. Some people cross their legs, some people do not. This again becomes a valuable information for you to utilize. When people are deep in rapport, people mirror each other, as shown in this picture. And this is a very naturally occurring phenomenon. And when not in rapport, there is always a mismatch. Always a mismatch. So, your primary aim is to get in rapport always. So this practice which I've given you will help you to begin observing the world outside you. Come out of your mind and begin to observe the world. Start with your family and friends, and then gradually shift to your customers and clients. Once you are really, really good in observing people around you, then you are ready for the practice of rapport. Now, all this information you need to gather so that you can use these information to build rapport. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. You can do all these things only if you get out of your head and observe carefully. See what's happening, listen to what the customer is saying, and also feel what the customer is feeling. This observation is possible if you get outside your mind and into the world in the here and now. And that's what I want you to practice for the next 1 week. When you are adept at making these observations and when you are adept at being present in the here and now, that's when you are ready to build rapport. So get out of your head and begin to do this exercise by watching people carefully for the next 7 days. Now, how do you develop deep level rapport with people? You do this by either matching or by mirroring. And I'll tell you exactly how to do that. When you observe people who are deeply in rapport, you will soon notice that they are in synchrony. Their body language is in synchrony. If one person's head is tilting in one way, the other person's head is also tilting in the same way. Similarly, they are having the same hand gestures. These are all naturally occurring phenomena. Now, what Neuro-Linguistic Programming has done is they have taken the naturally occurring phenomena and reverse engineered it, and in such a way that these techniques will help you to develop that deep level rapport just by using this technique of matching and mirroring. Now, how do you match and mirror a person? That's what we will talk about right now. I'll actually demonstrate it to you. Before I begin to actually show you how matching and mirroring should be done, I would like to say to you that there are 7 levels at which you can develop rapport, and this is the first step. There is a specific sequence by which you develop rapport. You start with physiology, then with voice, and then with words, and so on. There is a specific sequence, and I'll not be able to get into the entire set of sequences of developing rapport in this particular video episodes. But however, I'm going to give you the first foundational level, and that is a physiology. Other stuff, if you want to learn, come to our workshop, and that's where you can learn along with other participants, and that's where you can practice in front of expert eyes and develop that skill of developing deep rapport at all the 7 levels which Neuro-Linguistic Programming says that you can develop. Okay? Now, how do you develop rapport with another person? You develop rapport by mirroring and matching. Okay? For example, if I lift my right hand and if you lift your left hand, then that is called mirroring. We are mirror images of each other. However, matching is different. Let's say I lift my right hand and you also lift your right hand, that is called matching. Whether you match or mirror, the rapport levels will increase systematically and go very high. You need to practice this. I would suggest practice it with friends. How do you practice rapport? Very simple. When the customer tilts his head this way, you also tilt the head in the same way the customer has tilted his head. Or if the customer has hand gestures, for example, he says, "This is exactly what I want in a product." Then you say, "This is exactly what we have in our product and this is the benefit to you and it will add immense value to you." You use the same hand gestures as the customer does. That will increase the rapport levels. You can also observe how the customer is sitting, his body posture. Is he leaning sideways, this way or this way? Or is he leaning backwards or is he leaning forwards? And match and mirror that exactly. Or you can check the leg positions of the customer. Has the customer crossed his leg? You too cross your leg. So this way you can match and mirror the customer. Once you do that, you will soon notice as the conversation goes by, the rapport levels are going higher and higher, and then the customer will shift his body. For example, if he's tilting his head, he may bring it back straight, or he may tilt this way. Or if he has crossed his leg, he will uncross his leg. Whatever the customer does, wherever you have matched, you do exactly the same. The shift the customer does, you also make the shift. However, there should be a lag, a time lag, a few seconds. You should do it so subtly that the customer never catches it. Remember, it's very, very important that the customer doesn't catch you in matching and mirroring. If you do that, then you will succeed very, very well. But however, if the customer catches you, he will feel that you're imitating him and the rapport levels get destroyed totally. And that is why I would like you to practice with your friends first rather than straight away with a customer. In fact, it'll be easier if you come to one of our workshops where we teach you this with other participants and make you practice with other participants under our expert guidance. Once you've reached a certain level of expertise, only then go and practice with your customer. Once you're able to master the skill, you can't even imagine the kind of rapport and trust levels you can raise with your customer. And once that happens, winning business will be just a breeze. That's what you need to aspire for. That's the level of mastery you want to achieve. And this is only one level we are talking about. There are actually 7 levels which Neuro-Linguistic Programming says it has. We'll teach you all the 7 levels. How that's possible only at a workshop mode. Okay? Now, I'll give you certain tips by which you need to develop rapport on your own. Number 1 is observe. Start with observation. Very, very important. Don't just jump into practicing, because you need to practice getting out of your mind into the world, be in the here and now before you can even begin to practice rapport. That's the first level of practice. The second level of practice is pick up 1 or 2 elements like the position of the head or the hand gestures or the position of the body or the position of the legs. Just pick one element and begin to match it with your friends. Okay? And then pick up 2 or 3 elements. Practice in such a way that it becomes automatic over a period of time. The best way for you to practice is to come to one of our workshops where you can practice under our expert guidance, where we can give you a lot of tips which will actually help you to very subtly and very smoothly practice rapport with another individual, and then you'll be able to do that with your customer easily and effortlessly. Remember, there is magic in rapport. If you can develop the magic of rapport, there is no limit to which you can take your business. Here are a few rules that you need to follow to develop the skill of rapport. Number one, come out of your head and observe. This is one major problem for most of the sales professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs. They get too much locked up in their heads and they are never in the here and now. Okay, so come out of your head and observe. Second important point is the whole process of rapport building, matching and mirroring should be very subtle. Your customer should never catch you doing it. That's another important point for you to follow, and that comes only with practice. 3, there should be a time lag in the change, which means that if the customer changes his physiology, his head position or the posture, you need to change too, however very subtly with a time lag. 4, pick 1 or 2 elements and not more. At least initially, don't try to match and mirror every single thing the customer is doing. You will just fall and break down and collapse. Don't do that. 5, practice with friends first. Yes, this is very important, so that even if you make mistakes, you do not get into trouble. And more than all that, attend a NLP-based program such as Fast Track Your Success for expert guidance. And finally, practice, practice, and practice until the skill becomes automatic. Let me end this episode with this quote. Trust and rapport are the heartbeat of business, the backbone of high-performing teams, and the secret sauce for healthy relationship. That's right. I'm sure you like this video. Go ahead and hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And I do invite you to come to one of our workshops where you can actually learn the skill of developing rapport. In this episode, I have just given you 1 level, and that's physiology. There are another 6 levels for you to master. And once you master them, you can exponentially grow your business to your heart's desire. That's right. And that is our guarantee. And that's what excites us. Okay?